Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. I know you've all been eagerly awaiting for us to get these matches underway, so we're just about ready to do that. My name is Trace. This is Halvor. You might know us as Sprout and Vendetta. And we are in Kiev, Ukraine, about to get one of these teams into Cologne. ESL ONE, to be exact.
Yeah, obviously pretty massive qualifier. Cologne, Cathedral of Counter-Strike, all that good jazz. Pretty much if you want to choose, one tournament outside of the majors to be at, Cologne is probably the one. I think that's fair to say.
Unless you're Liquid.
Well, yeah.
And now they're going to do it the harder way.
Yeah.
Don't really know how that works, but they're here anyway. They're not going to be playing today. I think it's tomorrow that they actually play their group.
Yeah, Group B.
Yeah. So as it stands, we do have just a few minutes before we get into our first matchup of the day. It's going to be Sprout versus NoChance. Now, the interesting part about both of these teams is the fact that they both just qualified for the minor.
Yeah, yesterday, last night. And they didn't do it, I guess, the easy way. Them either went through lower brackets, had a couple of hiccups, but ended up actually taking the scalps of some, favorite teams. NoChance maybe particularly so yesterday, winning 2-1 in their matchup against Heroic, which is not a bad feat by any means. And I think Sprout, if I'm not mistaken, they took a different team of Danes, which is Optic.
Yep.
So I guess the major dreams of Config and those guys have ended to the Germans. So I think we have two pretty hot teams coming into it to start off the tournament.
Well, they're not even the only Danes that they took out of there. This team Magnitude, right?
Oh, right.
We just saw ANJ. He's on his way out. Apparently, that's a risk project. I didn't know, but did you know?
It's pretty recent. I think it's not older than 4 or 5 weeks or something in total.
Huh.
So just the fact that they make it to the close qualifiers is obviously pretty impressive. But yeah, Germans just being too strong.
Yeah, too strong. That is going to be the story. And NoChance, having beat Heroic, like you said, they beat Wendigo. They did take an L to another Danish team, a little team known as North. Now, they're not completely off the radar. That's a team that we expect a lot of things from. And specifically, when you think about qualifying for the major cycle, this has been one of the more vicious cycles of European qualifiers that I think that has ever existed.
Yeah, and it just seems like it gets worse and worse every time we get around to a major as well. So the fact that these two teams are able to make it through, especially NoChance, who kind of alluded to in their name as well, don't have an org to back them up, is pretty impressive, right? And they do feel like a pretty interesting team. Some new blood in there. I mean, you got Thomas from the UK, but also some pretty familiar faces in the likes of Stiko and Michaelela. But it's cool to see them grind all the way from basically scratch to make it to the close qualifiers.
Yes, and speaking of grinding all your way through, social media is a grind. One I'm going to have to tell you about grinding on right now. Use hashtag Maincast and go ahead and give us a tweet. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you ate for breakfast. More importantly, tell us about what do you think of our wardrobe choices. Just really anything that you could think of. There is a real chance, a real potential that we showed on stream for you all, for the masses.
There you go. It's incentive right there.
Yeah, that alone. So I guess what we could do is start to look at what teams we do have for the entirety of the week, because it's not just NoChance, it's not just Sprout. We're talking about Spirit. They're a team that people are going to have their eyes on. Liquid, certainly the big team here. Everyone is expecting to run through this bracket and kind of run away with this whole thing and get a spot in a Cologne. But they're not going to be alone there in that pursuit. G2, Hellraisers, definitely some other teams that can make some waves. The Movie Star Riders and Wendigo are going to be in the other group there. So a lot of name brand Counter-Strike coming at us here at the Cologne qualifier.
Oh, for sure. And for a lot of these teams, I mean, Hellraisers haven't been too active as of late. They want to obviously show themselves from their best side, potentially toppling Liquid, making it to Cologne. Wendigo had a really lackluster close qualifiers. So, again, this is a redemption time for them. So there's a lot of story arcs to follow closely as we get further along throughout this qualifier. But I think it's fair to say, I mean, you talked about the close qualifiers for EU being a bit of a slugfest. This is not,
much different, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just top quality teams left and right. Also excited to see what Movie Star Riders can do as well. Obviously, they had they lost Lowell actually to Hellraisers. So that's going to be a matchup that's going to have some, extra...
little juice in it?
Yeah, extra juice in it. But it's also fun to see how the Spanish guys can deal with a fully Spanish lineup. So obviously, we know Mixwell in that team and what he can do. But again, how much has he been able to really bring forth and teach the four others?
Yeah, and something that people are going to have their eyes on. I'm just going to briefly run through you what this bracket might look like right now. I can tell you a little bit about it as it is in front of me. Sprout versus NoChance. That's what we're kicking off here with today. 2 best of ones. That's how the openers in the groups are going to go. And then we move on into a winners match. They'll determine who wins the group, and an elimination match. So someone's already out of the running today. That'll be all of Group A. Tomorrow we'll jump into Group B. It'll be a lot of the same. It's going to be Hellraisers, Wendigo, and then G2 Movie Star Riders, followed by the winners match, best of 3, and a losers match, best of 3. See you later match, I guess we could call it. See you later.
Peace out.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough in that sense. You get to play one day if you're a little bit off. That could be the ends of hoping to qualify for Cologne, but that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. I think it's it's kind of meant to be a little bit cutthroat as well. And I think for the ones, if you want to be, you know, I guess looked at as a worthy team of making it to that tournament, you have to be on your day pretty much every day.
Yeah, you have to be a contender the entire time. Yeah. But that means that you've got to survive today, Thursday. You've got tomorrow, which you do kind of get a little bit of grace period there if you are Group A. And then Saturdays, we're going to look at Group A and B decider matches, semifinals on into the grand final on Monday. So you'll have Sunday to kind of reset. And if we take a look at Group A, kind of as we just told you, Liquid, Spirit, Sprout, NoChance. And, well, obviously with Liquid here, it is not going to be an easy feat for any of the teams involved in this qualifier.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty clear favorite just all across the entire qualifier, and that's Liquid, obviously. It is interesting to see how they'll deal with things, because if I'm not mistaken, they're bootcamping in Malta right now.
Yep.
And for those who are not, I guess, aces at geography, Malta is not necessarily centrally placed in Europe. So ping-wise, they're not going to be at the greatest, I guess, in the greatest spot possible.
I don't think they're the only ones down there. I'm pretty sure, okay, so Liquid's there, and I also think MIBR might be there as well.
And I want to say that Complexity is just bootcamping there as well.
But more importantly than all of them would be the fact that Chad Burchill and Henry Greer, and also I think a pterodactyl's flying around there somewhere. They're also in Malta. It seems like Malta is the place to be.
Yeah, no, permanently boot camping over there. I guess we'll have to head over there at some point and see what's up. Like, what's lured them down there? If it's the sun, if it's the island vibes or whatnot, or if it's just good Counter-Strike. You never know.
It could be that. But nonetheless, we are just waiting to get our first matchup under the way again. The Sprout and NoChance. We could talk about some of the things in the Counter-Strike world, or we could go down random lane here with Reddit. It's really kind of one of those things where I'm going to let you choose.
You're going to let me choose? I was looking to you to kind of direct the show.
Yeah. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll go straight off the HLTV.org front page, just talking about some of the things that have happened. A lot of NA teams right now in turmoil.
Yeah.
The first one that pops up on the page, JDM, a free agent. We could talk about the Envious project as a whole and perhaps some of the things that we've seen or not seen therein.
I think not seen is probably more accurate. In addition to that, you obviously have Ghost, who released, I think, 4 out of 5 of their players from their contracts. Only Wardell still being contracted. So, I mean, with all that's going on in NA right now, and obviously you're going to have the end of the cycle with the close qualifiers and everything, you're going to have a ton of change-ups. Yeah. And you also have a Cloud9 team that didn't really start off their qualifiers too well, to put it mildly.
No, they didn't. And then if you think about, I guess, the state of North American Counter-Strike, how you've got Ghost that's disbanded. Yep. Now, who knows what's going on with Envious. Just looking at these teams, you've got Daps out of NRG.
Yeah.
You've got a real potential here to kind of build something else or maybe grab bits and pieces that you think are going to help your lineup. And with Cloud9, I think that this is the time for them to do something like that.
Yeah, you feel like Daps would be like a prime target, right? For anyone who wants to create a proper team right. In that sense. He's been able to do with Energy and obviously nurture that team into what they became. He obviously did it with Optic before that too. So I think he's definitely a go-to for pretty much any organization in NA that wants to have hopes of, basically attending the biggest tournaments and being an actual contender. Yeah, no, for sure. And you do have some solid pieces around in NA. Obviously, some might be under contract, some might not. But again, if you can couple up Daps with the likes of, let's say, Wardell and Automatic and so on, you've got a pretty good starting 3 already there.
You certainly do. And the interesting part about this entire Ghost Gaming thing is we look at some of the vetoes. Again, this is going to be a best of one.
Yeah.
The thing with Daps and now that he's a free agent, it'll be really interesting to see who grabs onto him, who needs him more.
Who's going to be quicker.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen the French scene kind of mess that up, right? Like G2, I guess, not being hands-on enough about signing Zaiwu. Now they're, paying for that sin.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty all right for himself over in Vitality. I mean, they just come off a victory in London as well. So they have to be feeling pretty good about getting his signature on paper.
Something about that Zaiwu guy. It's not only that he was born on the same day Counter-Strike was released, which kind of makes him Neo in the way of like Matrix.
He is the chosen one.
He might actually be the chosen one from everything that we're seeing right now with him in the server and with that little aspect, that little nugget of information outside of the server. There's a real chance that he is, in fact, the future of Counter-Strike that we did not deserve.
Yeah, no. Well, did not deserve. I guess that's all relative. But I feel like I've deserved to watch some good Counter-Strike, to see the legacy move on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll just see how that
I put enough time at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly there, isn't it? We're still waiting to get into the game here. I don't quite have Scorebot up in front of me just yet, but I do believe we should be figuring out what map we're going to be playing here sooner rather than later as we do approach 3:10 in the afternoon our time. I do believe that the rest of Europe is
an hour behind. Unless you want to go all the way to the UK, where it's 2
hours behind, just to be different, of course.
Obviously, they do everything differently over there. Driving on the wrong side, like they haven't really understood it.
I have seen that as well. Either way, still waiting to get these maps here for Sprout and NoChance.
So what do you think about the two teams, obviously, that's going to start us off? As you said, both teams qualified for the minor in Berlin, and I mean, they're both coming in hot pretty much. But if you were to just look at the lineups, think to yourself, obviously, with what you know, what you've seen in the past, like who do you hold as a favorite going into this matchup? Keep in mind, it's a best of one as well, though.
Yeah, I mean, with the best of one portion of it, I mean, it's
makes it a bit more dicey, right?
I mean, it's a toss-up. I'm just going to throw it out there. Who knows what happens in a best of one right here? But, I mean, when I look at the lineup of NoChance, you would think, like, okay, yeah, these guys should be putting something a little more dangerous together, something a little bit more of a firepower worthy, and perhaps they are. Perhaps they're going to come out here today and smash. But German Counter-Strike, who knows? Maybe they're back. Maybe they're on the map again.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some German, I guess, influence and NoChance as well. You've got Crystal, obviously have a long tenure in the German scene, but also Zen, who used to play for Penta.
Yeah,
that's starting to become, I guess, some time removed, but still. Mekele, well, he's been in pretty much every kind of team at this point. But
yeah, and Stiko as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was in mouse sports, obviously. So there are a lot of, I guess, German ties in this NoChance team, surprisingly. I guess Thomas is the one who's kind of gone untouched in that sense. But he's also the newest player onto the team.
Very diverse NoChance, but the map pool is not going to be that diverse. It's going to be Dust2 where we land on this opening best of one of Group A. Again, all of Group A initial matches will be played today, as well as a winners and elimination best of 3. Those will be the second 2 of the day. These are hard start times. These are not going to be a rolling schedule, so don't worry if you feel like you don't want to watch NoChance or Sprout. Well,
come back for Liquid.
Yeah, come back for Liquid, but that's tomorrow. So make sure you're here. You pick one today that you want to watch. I think that's kind of what he was trying to say. I'm going to let him figure that out. In the meantime, again, a best of one does make for a bit of randomness. What do we know about Sprout?
I mean, again, they more or less got not rinsed by losing Dennis to Big, but obviously that takes their most experienced player out of the running, kind of makes them have to reset their, I guess, spiritual leader, if you want to call him that.
Spiritual leader?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was doing in-game laning, but again, pretty much their biggest presence on the server gone pretty immediately. So they're a fairly young group of guys, Faven, Searson, Mirbit, etc., not necessarily experienced on the world stage. Honestly, it's really only Speedy who has that to showcase for himself. Keto, a guy who's gone through the gauntlet of FBLC into FBL and so on, kind of doing that pug grind to get where he is today. Obviously means he's a very solid mechanical player, but again, it's all about how good you can play Team Counter-Strike, right? And from what I've seen out of Sprout, it's a very hit and miss. But I guess a map like Dust2 does kind of lend itself to that kind of a play style, or I guess that kind of inconsistency could also pay off in a pretty big way on Dust2.
Yeah, I guess it kind of does if you think about Dust2 being one of the home of all the puggers in the entirety of the history of Counter-Strike. But yeah, we're looking at some players getting in the server here, which is a good feeling. Not even sure that these are the right players at all.
No, it does not seem like the right players.
Looks as though Scorebot has actually been linked to
something else.
Yeah, I don't know
whatever is going on. It's happening fast.
It's happening real fast. Dust2 the map. It's going to be like this. In case you missed the vetoes, it was Sprout that removed Inferno at the end and elected to go with Dust2. That was what was left over.
Yeah,
no Vertigo yet.
Yeah, no Vertigo yet. Sprout removing that. I think that's fair. I think NoChance is actually one of the teams that's been playing Vertigo even post-update the most. They've shown, I guess, no reason to back away from it. I did think they lost to Heroic yesterday in their best of 3 series, but still, overall, been a pretty happy Vertigo team in that sense. They've put some work into it, so that makes sense from the side of Sprout. I was actually a little bit surprised to see that that they left Dust2 through. Again, just because of the simple nature of if they feel like they're the better team on average, you'd probably want to shy away from a map like that. And it's also a map that Sprout has played a lot.
Yeah. And I guess when you think about stacking it up, if you look at it head-to-head right here when we have it right in front of us, right? If we think about where the bans and picks and all that lied.
Kind of makes sense.
Lays, yeah. I mean, it does in a way. You don't want to give, I guess, Sprout a chance to play Mirage, especially given the parameters there. You've played it 15 times, and you don't have a whole lot of news to show for it.
Yeah.
But
same thing goes. I mean, if you're Sprout and you don't want to run into Nuke, right? Because NoChance is yet to lose on it.
Yep, yet to lose. It might even seem like they have a chance.
Yeah, no. for once, you know, like being very deceitful about their name. But yeah, all these matches matter a lot to a team like NoChance. Again, like putting yourself out there on the market, just making yourself more obviously attractive for any sort of org that's looking to pick up a team. I'm actually quite surprised that they haven't really been picked up yet to this point, considering just like the names that are on that side. I mean, Michaelella obviously brings a lot of fans with him wherever he goes. Stiko is obviously a pretty well-liked player just all around the Counter-Strike community. So I kind of would have expected them to be picked up, and now they're starting to get the results to back it up as well.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of star power here within NoChance, right? And I feel as though they start to progress through this minor system. When they start to get closer to the major, should they get closer to the major? Yeah. There's a real chance there. But then again, what are the odds of them making it through this entire system, given how it is all coming together?
I mean, when you think about the 8 teams that are already waiting, you know, for I guess teams to qualify for Berlin and everything, it's a pretty nightmarish scenario to have to battle through that entire European qualifier. So, yeah, I wouldn't put their chances too high. But again, it feels like if you've just managed to get through the closed qualifiers online in Europe, that's a bit of a feat in itself. Considering the layout of the land. So you can't really take anything away from it. Again, it's always going to be a team that's around that Tier 2, I guess, region, playing in pretty much every online cup possible. And again, attending a couple of open tournaments here and there. So I still think there's value to it to have a team like that on your roster.
Yes, indeed. What we're going to do now is one of my favorite segments. We're going to turn this into podcast mode while we wait on the game to start. I'm not real sure how long we have, but that's completely okay. What we do have is Reddit. Now, Reddit is
endless source of entertainment.
Yes, an endless source of entertainment. We haven't made it to the front page yet, so we'll just start kind of like a very acute area known as the Counter-Strike Global Offensive subreddit and just see what we have here. I do see that someone put together a nuke project for their school.
That sounds so when you say like, they put together a nuke project.
Okay, I understand. But yeah, no,
not quite that.
Quite the work of art here. I'm not sure what class this would have been for.
Arts and crafts.
Perhaps. Maybe they're in architecture, and this is like their bid to get their diploma or something. Okay, man, that's a little bit of a stretch, but
that would have actually been incredible. It's like, yeah, we're designing like this new, you know, I don't know, canteen for the school. Like, what's your pitch?
Oh, well, you know, I've got this thing. It's kind of modeled after this video game I play all the time, and you call it nuke.
Silo.
It's got a couple silos, a couple of radioactive noises. Ghost releases entire CSGO team. Kind of already talked about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll end up talking about it again. So of course, there's at least 5 cakes on the front page of Reddit today. Not sure how that all went down, but nonetheless, if that's you, happy birthday. Yeah.
Oh, there's even more.
There's 2 right there.
I feel like there's 2 very different, like,
3.
efforts. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Everybody's having a birthday today.
Oh, my goodness. How about this right here? Now, this is a spicy meatball. Cloud9 versus New Identity, America's Minor, North American closed qualifier for the Star Ladder Major 2019. This...
How did that go for you?
It's not a good look for Cloud9.
No, it just really isn't, is it? I mean, it started off well, right? Mirage winning 16-2, kind of just completely smashing New Identity. But I guess to be fair, should kind of preface the fact that New Identity isn't exactly just new players, right? You've got Relics, Dazzle, like John G. There's plenty of players on that side who've seen some traction in Pro League and NA and so on. But enough of that.
Enough of that. Let's get into the game here. It's going to be a direct invite to the ESL ONE Colonge, and this is the GG.Bet Invitational. It'll make that all happen. So kicking it off on Dust2 is Sprout versus NoChance. We've got a pistol round on our hands, and on the T side, it's going to be NoChance. Just trying to get things where they want to, maybe starting things off a little bit slower pace. You don't want to throw anything away right away.
Yeah.
And at the time being, NoChance you can play back. Everybody wants to play a little bit passive. Nobody feels the necessity to throw away a pistol round when it's right here in your hands, it seems.
Yeah, it's also the fact that NoChance have a fair bit of utility as well, so they've got time. They just don't want to run into a potential aggressive move from Sprout. And we did see Searson actually early on aggressing on Catwalk. So if you all of a sudden drop half of your utility there, any sort of execute you had in mind is going to be gone. Even if you do manage to scavenge maybe like a smoke from it, you still want those flashes and everything. So we're going to go into mid. The entire team, actually. Speedy watching from window. Actually going to connect with Stiko as well, but nice return.
Thomas McAlilly and Zin now need to get this bomb into the site. 40 seconds, and what a shot there. Keto grabbing himself, too. And wow, with a little bit of a turn, Zen has able to kind of put this one back in the potential realms, but it's not going to be too far there. It's too far gone. Sprout grabbed this pistol round here on Dust2, and that's a good step in the right direction for the Germans.
Yeah. Fortunate setup from Sprout as well, obviously stacking up with 3 players over towards that B bomb site early on. Even with that rather passive setup as well, not having necessarily any mid control, just speedy from window, Faven from double doors up by B. Works out nicely. So that means NoChance. They're going to be put on the back foot. Make a little with that scout, see if we can do some damage through the walls. Has been able to tag up Searson once. It does make, well, usually it makes pistols a lot more lethal, but more or less just clocks all around on the rest of the NoChance players.
Yeah, and the idea there is that Makalele can grab a tag on one, and then his team can swarm on a player. But as it stands, the only tag he's done there is Searson, and that's only going to be about 40, 38 HP-ish. They want to explode out long A. It's going to be Mirabit sitting out here with the ump. This could be really ugly for the side of NoChance. Spitty shows up. Also has the AUG. A little bit of spray coming in there, and they're going to flood out now. They want to try to get some direction going out here towards Blue Bin. And now that the ump has rang into the battle, not a whole lot they can do with it. Hold on now a second. Makalele getting something done here. 2 HP and also 2 kills there with the scout. Leaves it up to Keto and Faven. They're going to have to work this bomb up long A.
That's yeah, a fair bit of unnecessary losses from Sprout's side there. Makalele finding 3. It's a second scout picked up as well on Thomas. And now they still have a little bit of time. One issue with attempting to push up here on long is the fact that they... Oh, okay, Faven. I'm not really sure why you want to take that peek, but there's no smokes, no utility on this side of NoChance. They're going to have a real rough time actually crossing. Now they do know where both of the remaining players on the side of Sprout is, though. Yeah,
and with 20 seconds, they're not going to have much time to play with. 2 HP, Makalele's going to try to hold just in case there's a player here playing a quad. That's a good kill to grab, though. And 10 seconds, and now with the swing on Faven, the bomb is either fight or flight. He's going to go for the fight, and it's going to be Faven that saves the day. A really scary round, though, for the side of Sprout. They can't feel too comfortable with how that all panned out.
That is, yeah, pretty terrifying. 4 players down, and it's not like they invested just purely into SMGs or anything like that. I mean, you had an AUG on, I think it was on Speedy to start us off.
Yep.
So that's a lot of money lost on the side of Sprout. And again, very minimal investment on the side of NoChance. It was just Makalele who bought up a scout.
Yeah, and the rest, they were rocking blocks. But now the AWP will come out, and he does, in fact, not land at all. It's going to be a buy up on the side of NoChance. No op in hand. Makalele forced to play with the scout yet again.
Does some decent work with that in the previous round, though.
So perhaps there's a chance. I really like this radar.
Yeah, it's very clear, right?
Yeah.
You can actually see the numbers and everything. The default radar in CSGO is pretty...
Go ahead.
it's pretty something.
It's very pretty. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what you're trying to say.
All right. For now, though, NoChance is making their way up. Zan is actually going to find the first pick onto Searson. That's the op out of play.
Uh-oh. It's going to be Spitty with the 2 SMG kills, almost a third. He's able to tag down that of Crystal. However, he does get the better of him. And now this sort of split push of the A site has come into fruition. They have something to show for themselves in this round. Just Keto and Faven left to try to retake it. They're going to get this bomb planted. Zen getting caught with his pants down on the catwalk. And as the Molotov rains into the site, they're going to have a good eyes to where that player is. They're going to have that entire bomb site cleared off just a little bit. And these T's are going to have to back up towards that of A long. 2v2, Crystal and Makalele.
That's a good flash as well. Blind Keto temporarily, but Faven has found Crystal. It is planted for pit, though. Oh, okay then.
Faven just chopping away. Chip, chip, chipperoo, and it's Makalele who has been eliminated. Not a bad round if you consider the bomb plant, but certainly NoChance. We're hoping to lock that one in.
Yeah, I mean, Zen does such a good job finding the first opening picks. First on catwalk, then finding Mirabit on site as well. And I'm not really sure about the decision to swap out for the op. I mean, definitely didn't seem like he was too well-versed with it, considering how he went into that angle. He had a pretty easy shot, all things considered.
Yeah, that didn't really look too convincing from our end.
Yeah, and that's an opportunity drop for NoChance. Instead of getting right back into it, they will get another buy, as you said, off of the bomb plant, but so will Sprout. He managed to hold on to that op as well for Searson.
1 op, 2 AUGs, an AK, and an ump to defend these bomb sites for Sprout. Smokes exchange there towards the B site. And still, NoChance want to hold back just a little bit. No real reason to get too aggressive, except for Zen, who wants to walk out middle by himself. He's about to run into some company, though. Set up there towards the B doors. It's going to be that of Sprout. They're going to be ready to hold on to this. They're going to lock down this mid area. They're going to play heavy B.
Again.
Yep. And with the player in pit, a player playing from Game Helper, looking on to Catwalk. Searson's going to go for this mid pick. He has not quite spotted the gun barrel, and just barely he does. That is a lackluster showing there from Zen. Stico able to put something up here for NoChance in this round. But a 2v4 as it stands. Makalele and Crystal. AK and Kree. And so far, so good. Now down to a 2 versus 2. So this one's kind of turned around on its head for him.
It really has. Seems like it's a little bit over-aggressive on the side of Sprout. I get Searson's wish to help out his teammate and pit there, but I feel like with an AWP, you can have such a strong position if you just hang around bomb site. You know that NoChance are going to have to move forward. So they give up 2 players, get 0 trades. Now it's all left to Keto. Makalele makes short work of him. So first round on the board finally for NoChance. After plenty of opportunities. That also means that, well, Germans are completely broke.
That also means that you could head over to csgo.net and use code Cologne on csgo.net to get 30% more the balance and win some cool skins. I like skins, however, but I rarely get to play the game of Counter-Strike. However, if you do play the game of Counter-Strike, I entice you to head over to csgo.net.
There we go. Chris looking to go for the quick peek towards long. Doesn't find any success. Only gets his HE to the face.
Yeah, not a good buy here for Sprout. They've just tried to get some things together here. It's going to be the side of pistols that they're going to have to run with.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Sprout's going to play out, I guess, the rest of their buy rounds with on their CT sides. They've left Catwalk open outside of the rounds, really, where Searson wants to play aggressively with the AWP. Well, NoChance have pretty much set up in a default every single time. There's definite room for NoChance to basically take advantage of that. We see some teams being better than others at actually doing proper cat takes and so on. They actually remember the flashes for the AWP that plays car.
Kind of important.
Yeah.
Kind of like Faven right now, holding on for dear life here at this door.
Oh, is he going to get pop flashed?
I have a feeling he's about to get smoked, or the CZ's going to do its magic, and he's a little too slow to the draw. It's Zen that comes out on top with the AK. And just about what we expected from the pistols. Makalele caught in a real awkward position. And actually, all things considered, a really good spot there from Sprout to aggress on the catwalk and find themselves 2 frags, leaving it up to Keto, though. So should they be able to net, I guess, 1-2 more kills? That's not a bad round, all things considered. Stico and Zen really low. Maybe you can just grab a weapon and hold on.
Does he have an inkling?
Oh, no spidey senses today, my friend.
Nope. It's like when you just, like, half-heartedly clear a corner, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I should clear it just so it doesn't look bad.
Well, he's not going to be there, though.
Yeah.
So it's fine. You said it was clear, man.
Well, second round for NoChance at least. So they're getting back into it. I managed to hold on to the AWP and a Krieg as well. What do you think about, I guess, the newfound love that the Krieg is getting more so in, as we get along? As you can see, Furia being pretty hefty on it. That's a nice pick for Makalele.
Yeah, it's quick pick there from Makalele. I personally, I love it. I think it's cool, especially in those medium to long range fights where you can just tap with it, right? It kind of gives you something. Like now you're getting to see people more ballsy playing middle with it in the beginning of rounds, say on Dust2.
Doing the aggro peaks.
Yeah, just live your life a little bit, I guess is what's going on there.
Very much YOLO.
But NoChance really living it up here, and Mirbit caught a little bit in that Molotov, eventually just catching the AK of Zen. This round was over before it ever began. Faven with the USP on his own, 1v5.
NoChance definitely not taking any chances.
Wow.
Pardon the pun, but
I see what you did there.
yeah. I mean, again, just using the utility, being safe about, well, going around any sort of corner, which is good to see. I think you need that. It's so easy to lose track of a game or lose control of a map like Dust2 if you're not just doing your due diligence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said it yourself. The half-assed peaks, lazy peaks.
Yeah.
That's not going to win you games. Definitely not going to win you rounds.
Very much so.
But now Sprout are going to be able to try to get back into this one with every little bit of dollar that they have. Makalele is going to go ahead and peek long with the AWP. That Molotov doesn't necessarily land where he wanted it to.
Still gets the kill.
Yeah, still gets the kill. So all things considered, not bad. And after they get the pick, they're going to go ahead and fall off.
I will say, so far, the the long defense on the side of Sprout not looking too impressive.
Yeah, I would say Sprout started strong, and now that's just starting to slip away, isn't it?
Really is. NoChance happy to go about their day with pretty much their standard default once more. Seems like it's always gonna be the same thing for them. Zen moving over towards upper and lower dark by himself. Then, depending on spawn, sending one player to see if they can get a quick pick. And moving around towards mid. I've seen so far, haven't really seen like a proper catwalk take, I guess, from NoChance, but seen that they use the mid real estate that they've gotten quite a bit. Again, doing a proper job of using utility to clear out any sort of awkward angles. A lot of real estate to be gained so far, and they want to go back towards long, and you can't really argue with that. Had pretty solid success so far. Again, just needs... Ooh, Speedy's actually in a pretty vulnerable position. If he gets like one flash here, if there's a proper trade, it'll be the end. Well, there's the trade in, and that leaves Searson with the op on the corner.
Yep, he's going to have to hold on here. They're going to try to flash him off. It doesn't matter. Mekalele is too fast. Thomas has found his way all the way up the catwalk. This A bomb site is for the taking right now. NoChance able to just grab onto it, and it's Keto and Faven. They're probably going to go ahead and call that save in.
The question is if NoChance are going to allow them. A little bit of a wonky plant from Stico. I guess all the time in the world you have the bomb site. You could probably plan it for long just to be played perfectly safe, but I guess they're kind of under the assumption that Sprout will be saving these.
You can never play it too safe, Halvor. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I'm down with that.
Better safe than sorry is what a wise man once said. Don't know who said that.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, who you're quoting now?
Heard that a long time ago.
Chinese proverb?
Yeah. Chinese proverb, sucks to suck. Stico is going to get owned there with the AUG.
Faven gets the return.
Yes, he does. They're going to be able to hold on to one gun thus far. They don't want to pressure him too much. No real point there for NoChance to do that.
Yeah. Just getting that one kill is pretty significant for them just altogether. It means that they can't necessarily do like a wonky force behind it with 2 dropped weapons. Just puts that out of their, I guess, ID bank altogether. Problem is, though, that NoChance are on a bit of a run here. 4 rounds in a row. Looking pretty hot so far. And the biggest issue for me right now is just how Sprout are able to deal with long. We saw them stacking up earlier on in the rounds with 3 players towards B. That hasn't really panned out, as NoChance have had seemingly no interest of actually going towards that site. Sen's already made his way out into long.
That he has. And what started as a really good showing here for Sprout has dismally dwindled. Trying to land a lucky grenade up there at the top of middle, but no one's home. NoChance have just sort of walked out onto long A. There's no one here to even contest it at this point. Xbox smoke lands in there from Stico, and they're not even going to use it. They're just going to walk out long A. They have drawn a lot of attention on the catwalk here from the side of Sprout. With these pistols, one weapon on the side of Keto there, the AUG.
And peering into mid, yeah, from the side of Sprout. They're not going to find anything, so right now just banking everything, all their resources over towards A. Only really Faven still over towards that B bomb site. So right call from the Germans. We'll see if it pans out.
So that's a good sign right there. Sprout putting that AUG to use. Right now, they're holding on to this bomb site, not doing a too bad job of it. 30 seconds left on the clock, and it's Stico and Thomas that come alive and help out the war effort tremendously. 3v2, and what was not in their way right off the bat. And with 20 seconds left on the bomb. Oh, my goodness, just barely not stopping the plant. That could have been the difference in the round right there. Yeah. Came down to Stico in the end, and with 40 HP, he gets it done. So a 5th one on the board for NoChance, and that one was a little scary.
Again, that plant, though.
That plant, though.
Yeah, not a big fan of it for multiple reasons. That's one of them. Again, obviously with them removing Keto, they expected it to be clear, but it seems like you could stack up as many players as you want by Gandalf.
Gandalf. Classic
call out.
Oh, quad, or some people call it ninja.
Yeah, no, it's Gandalf.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Fetish. Started using that. A bit of a higher tempo, actually, on the side of NoChance here. Missed mid-smoke, though.
little bit of a wasted smoke there from Spitty. I don't think that that would have found him. Now Searson with the AWP on Catwalk has actually put it to use in this round. They don't know. They thought he fell, but they were very wrong in that. Thomas is going to come out on the lesser end. And meanwhile, GG.Bet cleaning him up there from the site. So this round fell apart before it even began there. NoChance with one player alive. Makalele, AWP, 2 flashes, smoke, and a Molotov. And ultimately, hands tied behind his back because Faven will be finishing a round out for Sprout.
Yeah, double up. Working out. Netting 3 of the total 5 kills. NoChance seemed to be, I guess, initially interested in like a super quick B split, but that just didn't come about. I'm curious as to who threw the smoke on the side of NoChance there, because that didn't land anywhere near where it's supposed to do. And that seems to halt everything that, well, was initially planned. Bit of a rough one for NoChance. They obviously had the opportunity to break Sprout once more with that buy round. So though, another healthy buy coming in from them. See if they can bring it back right away. This is still one of the things about Dust2 as a map. I have yet to kind of figure out if teams know whether or not it's CT-sided, T-sided. It just seems to be completely random depending on the team and depending on the day.
Very much indeed. Looks like they want to favor towards this B side now. NoChance. Still have a chance in this. They do have the weapons. They do have the money to buy up into the next round as well. That smoke's going to stop him from running right into the B bomb site.
Oh, is this going to be the one-way thing where it just drops it on the ledge? It is.
Can we see that? That'd be cool. Oh, wow.
It's going to be like a little angle. Yeah, so Molotov can land under, and you can also spot through it. Cheeky little lineup.
Always something nerdy going on, isn't there?
Yeah, especially with these like non-tier 1 teams. They're the ones who are going to be figuring out all this kind of stuff.
Well, look what it did for Furia.
Yeah. Working out in a big way.
That it has. And Faven's going to have to do something big right here. Holding on to this B bomb site. He's got the AWP on the back of Platt. The hit's coming out now. It's going to be Keto with the first frag. Spitty finding one himself. But ultimately, it's Keto saving the day. And Makalele with 1 frag to his name and a flashbang in his eyes. Bomb in hand. Kind of stuck right now.
Yeah. Doesn't know it, but there's a golden opportunity here to get the bomb down. He's going to actually attempt for it as well. Sprout actually opting with 2 players towards upper.
Oh boy.
I don't think Makalele's going to expect more than 1. Look at how passive as well Searson is in spawn.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Double?
Shotgun off. He stays alive for just a little bit longer. But ultimately, it's Spitty that puts him away and puts a 5th on the board for the German Sprout.
5th round on the board. Managed to hold on to 2 ops as well. Not a bad day at the office. Makalele definitely had like a timing. Obviously, you can know that we're sitting here with X-ray, but where those 2 players in upper could have lined up for him. Could have turned everything around. But Sprout will hold on for now. Also means that we're going to see a bit of a, I guess not, I mean, there is chance for NoChance to buy up here with the bomb plant, but we're not going to see too much utility on everyone. It's still pretty healthy, all things considered. Oh, Searson with a brazen peak. Gotta have balls of steel to do that kind of a thing.
That you do.
Makalele out of the running. Nobody's picked up. Well, Crystal's picked up the op, actually. Went back to spawn to retrieve it. See if he's going to be able to put that to work. Oh, Faven. Lucky to be alive there, actually. Gets a dink through the wall. Zen trying to pounce on that, probably thinking that Speedy is a player he tagged up previously. Not to be the case. So 3 players remaining on the side of NoChance, and, well, they're seemingly within no chance of actually getting to the bomb site in this round.
Seemingly. Ooh. Thomas has got something to say about that.
Flick
nice,
of the wrist.
Yeah, nice flick on the GG.Bet there. What has become a 3 versus 4? Faven and Spitty pretty low. Searson with that AWP. He's going to find himself there towards middle. Perhaps he can position himself. He will. He is smoked off, though. So they've already crossed there. They're on a ramp. The site has been compromised, and now the 4 players of Sprout are going to have to try to get in here. This bomb will get planted from Stiko with plenty of time to spare. Should that have gotten stopped?
Oh, they're going to get Thomas back into pit as well.
Oh, double nade into the site. Didn't do the damage they wanted it to.
I'd say NoChance has a pretty decent chance of winning this out now. Nice pick from Stiko onto Speedy as well.
I'm going to say they do win it out. Just off of that right there. Stiko flicking it on to Keto. Searson and Faven have realized that this is the end. This is the demise of Sprout in this round, backing off, saving the AWPs. They're going to head for the hills, and a 6th one on the board here for NoChance. It's pretty back and forth so far, Howard.
It really is. I guess it's kind of to be expected on a map like Dust2. What I'm somewhat excited to see is actually NoChance not messing up their smokes on the crosshair. You see that quite a bit, actually, with a lot of the Tier 1 teams. I mean, again, if you go to tournament, you don't get to necessarily sort out everything, like all the issues that you've had, like missed smokes, that kind of a thing. We see it on all kinds of maps. So knowing that NoChance have actually done their homework for this is good to see. It allows them to get onto the bomb site. Stiko obviously working some magic there to bring that round back in the favor of the T's.
And here are the odds as they lie. Howard, tell me what we see.
Well, actually, yeah, we're seeing GG.Bet actually favor Sprout here as the map winner on Dust2. I guess it's, to be fair, considering the percentages, win percentage going into it, I think that's somewhat fair, but
yeah,
I'm liking the way NoChance you're playing here.
Yeah, I would say that you're just about bang on there.
Getting nearly 2 in odds. If you were to put your money on NoChance right now.
Could pan out, couldn't it?
Definitely could, and we're seeing, well, like a retreat with that op. So gone a bit away from their, I guess, normal default here on the side of NoChance. Not as much focus over towards long, even though that's been working out pretty well for them. Some again, we're seeing a 3-man stack up over towards that B bomb site from Sprout.
Yeah, it looked like NoChance wanted to take B here early on in this round, but then kind of fell off. All it took was one smoke grenade, a little bit of utility usage from Sprout to kind of push them back. And luckily for them so far, they haven't aggressed onto that site. They're playing a heavy B setup here from the side of Sprout. The Germans realizing that B hit had to have come sooner rather than later, and another smoke's going to come out. Meanwhile, Stiko and company up here on Catwalk just trying to pull a little bit of something. What they don't know is Searson has pushed all the way through long A. That is a ton of information there for this side of Sprout to have. He's going to run it into the backside of Crystal here early on, and the comm has to be coming in. It has to be coming in now that it's B. Caught in the Molotov is Zen. AWP Searson with the flank, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a disaster for the side of NoChance.
There really should be 15 seconds left, and yeah, they're actually just bailing out and not even going to attempt to join in on the gauntlet that is that B-bomb site. And a saved round. Yeah, I think, yeah, the key point there really is what you mentioned. Searson pushing aggressively with the op through cave, finding so much information. No reason for Sprout at that point to go away from their stack on B. Works out really, really well, and even find a frag there towards the very end of it. So only 2 weapons held on to for NoChance. Definitely not the way NoChance saw this going. And so far they've had so little success over towards B. And I mean, they've been so successful over towards long. I'm actually surprised to see that they're trying to change a winning team in that sense. Even from 3v5, once they got control over long, they were able to work with it. If those kind of things are how your game's playing out, then I'd just go back to long every single time until Sprout show that they have a clear idea as to how they want to stop it.
A little bit of a boost here towards long A. Spitty just on the other side of the wall. NoChance having the fight taken to them by Sprout in this round.
Launching in nades here.
That's right. A couple smokes there. Thomas just trying to get the drop on perhaps a player there pushing on the other side of the door. Right now, it looks like NoChance just trying to figure out what the hell they want to do. We see a lot of misdirection. I feel like there was a lot of misdirection in the last round. Did cost them the round by the time they wanted to make the move. It was a little too late. And now Searson making the move for him, having found the frag on a Zen. Having played along this round for Sprout, they've held on to the A site pretty thoroughly here as it stands.
And now the question becomes whether or not they're going to initiate aggression on the T side from long or catwalk. Speedy's dropped down into spawn, so there's only Searson left on site, and Mirbit all by his lonesome over towards A. So he needs to find a multi-kill here, otherwise Searson's going to be in a pretty rough spot. Time is starting to dwindle down, though. Nice flashes over towards long.
Now, did they see him in pit? That's the real question. They have to be a little bit cognizant of another flash ringing in there from Searson. Great play, great hold from Sprout. This one has fallen apart. It's just Stiko. And almost does he find Searson there in the end, but it's actually It's his Molotov that does the remaining necessary damage. Unfortunately for them, that's not going to be the round or even really close. Yeah, 7-6 as we head towards halftime.
I guess one upside you could look at it from NoChance side would be, well, you remove one op, but at this stage, Sprout should have enough money to replenish that without too much of an issue. And yeah, we do see Searson stacked up with the op once more. Scout on Michaelella. This is, well, somewhat of a similar buy to what we saw them actually push Sprout to the very brink in that second round.
Yeah, but I feel like all the cobwebs have to be sort of shaken off now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like all the surprise gimmicks, all the little ideas that they may have started to run their course. I mean, we're in the late stages of this first half right now, and NoChance want to find their way back out towards this long A. It's going to be Mirbit there with the AUG. Probably going to put him in the blender here in just a second. Going to use the smoke just to hold them off. And Searson with the mid spot. Yeah, that smoke's going to keep NoChance back just a few more seconds. They bought some more time out here for long A.
He's super isolated, though. So, again, same scenario as last time. He needs to be able to get multi-kills. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of map control just gained from NoChance. Can get a lot of real estate really quickly. They do have actually a fair bit amount of smokes as well, so they could set up for the cross, get onto site. We saw how that played out. Maybe getting a little bit excited. Spots an elbow. He's going to go back into it, and he gets flashed, and ooh, that did not pan out. Not at all. Zen, seeing if he can create some distraction in mid, and I guess he does so temporarily. Faven bolstered up on site with that AWP. Ooh, gets tagged. He wants to get out of there, but Michaelilla is too fast. Is it going to happen again? It might.
It just might. Crystal answering with the AUG, and the time has dwindled. A little bit of a run boost, but he did get the eyesight of it.
Oof.
This has gotten to be a really weird round right at the core of it. Bomb planted there on the A site, 3 versus 2.
Main up for Stico.
Okay, well, there you go. Makalele not going to be able to see that one coming as he is out of the round. Akito with the long flank. 2 versus 2. Crystal, Stico.
Oh, he's seen something.
Oh, yes, he has. And that, my friends, is why the AUG is OP.
Pretty damn good. Crystal, he's got an AUG for himself.
Yep, and nothing else for Crystal. In fact, that's going to be a defuse for the side of Sprout. They're going to go ahead and grab all of the rewards of the round, being the AWPs, netting themselves 2. We've seen the double op set up from the side of Sprout this entire game. The next round will not be any different. So we go in the last round of the first half. Again, the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. This is the path for a spot, a direct invite into ESL ONE Colonge. This is the way to do it. And there are a lot of named teams here to be recognized, not to mention the 2 you have on your screen, Sprout and NoChance. We're also going to have that of Liquid, Spirit, G2, Wendigo, Hellraisers, Movie Star Riders.
I see a lot of action. A lot of solid Counter-Strike to have one of these teams make their way to Germany later on this year. There's one way of getting things going there. Well, what a follow-up as well. Thomas onto Mirbit. Mirbit's having a bit of a rough time here over towards this long area. Do like the fact that we see NoChance go back to it as well.
Yeah. Have balled out in this round, obviously, last round of the half. They're going to get that cross smoked. And Zen, not getting memo, comes out just a little prematurely. It does fall to Spitty. The trades are fluid, though. And they're going to be able to get this bomb down for NoChance. 2v4, Keto and Faven, 1 AWP, 1 AUG.
Yeah, we were able to do it last round, but a bit of a tougher task. Now there's weapons in the hands of NoChance.
Every round is a new round, Halvor. This round is no different. 8-6. NoChance just trying to put that 7th on the board. A boost will go a long way. Crystal is eliminated from the site. Has brought us down into the funnel, excuse me, fatal funnel. And it's just Keto, 1v1, really low HP. He's going to use that Molotov. Might not have landed deep enough, but Makalele with the AWP will be able to edge out there. Takes the shot. Now he's made himself aware. Not much time. He's going to have to stick this defuse. And even if he did, it was not going to be enough. Makalele too fast for him. It's going to be an 8-7 half there for Sprout.
Not a bad one at all. And again, it was long takes that really did Sprout in there. NoChance just being relentless with it. I did see a couple of chances as well that they had to get on the board earlier. Didn't quite pan out, but overall just pretty well played half from both sides. Zen definitely doing some work in the earlier stages. Also opening up that last round with kill onto Searson. Did some pretty nice shots coming out from the German opera there as well throughout the course of the first half, but we're getting right into the second half.
That's right, a pistol round among us. It's going to be one smoke on the side of Spitty. They're going to go ahead and aggress out long early on. But it's going to be B that does get the contact. Faven does fall. Trade there by Mirabit. Good kill, a really solid kill. Leaves Stiko in the sight to defend it himself, having missed the first shot. Can't land the others either. The Keto puts him away. And now this bomb will get planted in B site. The remaining T's are going to try to transition all the way over. Searson, though, does have a little bit of a backstab angle right here. Those missed shots have sounded the alarm, and now the pinch is on. 3 versus 2, Crystal and Thomas. They sense that this player's in lower. They know that there's a chance that he could still fire from the backside. But now they have to make that ever so important decision to get here into this B bomb site. They're going to do it. And they're not going to do it very well, I can tell you that. Crystal falls. Sprout put a 9th on the board, a second pistol. And that is a good step in the right direction for the Germans yet again.
Yeah, straight up just forcing contact on the side of Sprout there, making the most out of their Glocks. Normally not what you'd favor on long range versus USPs, but if you got the aim for it, seemingly works out pretty nicely. Glocks. Very nice try from Keto there, getting 3 on the pistol. And that means that Sprout have won both pistols. It's usually a recipe for success in best-of-1 matchups.
If you're just joining us, the loser of this game will go on to play a best-of-3 later today against the loser of the next opening best-of-1. And they will be eliminated from the running for a spot in Cologne. GG.Bet Invitational. Right now, though, the fight is going to be going down along A, and my goodness, it's a bloodbath. Crystal left by himself. This one has really kind of fallen apart at the seams for NoChance. It's looking like a 10th on the board for Sprout. 46 HP and a USP. Crystal's only grabbed 1 in the round so far. And never say never, but I'm going to go ahead and say never. I just don't see a world where this happens.
Breaking the wheel here.
Yep.
Yeah.
We didn't start the fire, Halvor. I'll tell you that.
We're just like adding fuel to it?
Yes. But it's always been burning, you know, since the world's been turning. That's just about how long the fire's been going for.
How can we sleep, though?
Fantastic question there. That is Halvor or Halverson. You can go ahead and
fact check that.
Gulastol. It's 10-7. Sprout sitting pretty. But what is the buy looking like, Halvor?
It's a pretty decent buy on the side of NoChance. 1 FAMAS on Crystal. He's opting to go for more utility. I say pretty decent. It's not that great considering that they're pretty much out of utility already. Yeah, a bit of a rough one. They've been pretty adamant about going for an op, at least on the T side for Markelolo, which worked out pretty nicely a lot of the time. This time, though, they're not going to give Sprout another round to work with before they try to get back into it. Different kind of setup as well. Still passive on B, much like Sprout did, but no real mid control to speak of. They've also shored up that long area a little bit more than what we saw to Sprout.
A little bit of a cheeky run boost, as our English friends would call it there on the catwalk. And they do have full cat control for the Germans. First CT is going to be Stiko. He does have the AUG. And the 2 players on long. Still a 5 versus 5. Still a very, very doable situation for NoChance. But they are out of utility. Lacking significant head armor and, well, kits. Nope, we ain't seen any of those today.
That's overused, right?
Yeah. I mean, why do you need a kit when you just kill them all, right?
Exactly.
Let's see if Stiko feels the same way. He finds 1. Now he's been called out. He is from the goose position, finds a 2nd. These are big frags to include the bomb there now down in the site. Almost able to net himself a 3rd. That does leave Searson, Mirabit, and Favid. They're going to do a little bit of cleanup duty right now as it stands. Have found that of Crystal and Long. Mirabit didn't bargain for that one, but he got it anyway. Crystal and Zin versus Searson and Favid.
Molotov on Crystal as well with that AK pickup.
Yes, but again, with no kit, that's a big kill to have because the time is just going to dwindle. It's just going to fade away. Searson going to have to hold on. Only has a scout, knows that he legged that player, and he's waiting for this long player.
Crystal?
Crystal seemingly having taken a wrong turn at the intersection and having backed all the way up, leaving long A.
Well, you're not going to have time.
What a weird sort of decision that was. I'd really have to go back to understand what exactly it is that just happened or even understand the communication in that moment, what would you think just happened, Halvor?
Lapse of, I don't know. Like,
oh, boy.
that made no sense. And
Yeah.
you can tell, like, Searson was so occupied by it as well. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, you mentioned it from the get-go, right? Like 2 seconds into the round. Well, they don't have any defuse kits.
Yep.
That could be an issue.
That could be a problem. Maybe they didn't even realize it.
They've had,
kids.
you know, 1 minute and 55 seconds plus some bomb time to kind of like figure out that they don't have a defuse kit.
Really kind of blew it right there. Just going to throw it out there.
Oh, here you see. You talked about those brazen mid peaks with the Krieg, right?
Yep.
Not afraid of dueling Michaelella with the Scout.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like the same principle as the auto, right? Like you buy the auto, you spam down middle.
Yeah.
But now you can do it with the Krieg or an AUG. You can be a little bit more mobile with it.
For sure.
Keto mobile enough. Finding the first kill in the round for Sprout.
Oh, that's a leg. Thomas just not being too fortunate with that. Stico might be able to find 2.
Oh, and he does. Make it 3. Big kills there from NoChance. Stico to be exact.
That just pretty much brings the round back altogether. If he goes down, that's an open sight. Just full on doomsday. Crystal set up pretty nicely. Ooh. Actually gives up his position. Oh.
Uh-oh. Crystal trying to redeem himself, having run out of bullets on his FAMAS. He did hold on long enough, though. NoChance put one on the board. That is a good round for them to grab. They really did need that one.
Definitely so.
I like that flyover right there. It's kind of,
It's pretty hot.
that's cold, too, at the same time.
Stico, man, single-handedly saves that round for him. No doubt in my mind. And NoChance, luckily for them, don't have to get into a situation where they need to figure out if they had fuse kits or not.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's something perhaps people just make it clear at the beginning of the round. Just kind of maybe even get to the system where you just type that you have a defuse kit. If it's that big of a communication issue, my goodness.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all right. It's going to be 4 Glocks for the side of Sprout, 1 Deagle, and Faven. And he's going to go ahead and try to find himself a fight here in middle early on. Stico's maybe going to give it to him. Could be a real potential for passing of angles. There it is. Not even time for Faven to react.
Now they know that the second contestant is in for a treat here.
Did the grenade, finishes him off.
Everyone wants that deagle.
You ever shot a fish in a barrel? Because I haven't.
Apparently, Stico has a lot of the time.
Yeah, this was a very quick round. Not a whole lot invested into it by the side of Sprout.
Yeah.
So 9th one on the board for NoChance. 5 versus 4.
I actually think that deagle passed through 4 players on Sprout.
Yeah.
Led to the death of 3 of them. Well then.
Quick, man, get the deagle.
Quick, quick. You can turn her out. Just get the deagle. Easy one-shots. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there's something. You got something there. The bomb, though, in his hands. This would be miraculous. Has picked himself up an SMG.
So white.
Nothing he could have done there to get that round back in the way of Sprout. So 9th one for NoChance.
Solid start to the CT side from NoChance there, especially Stico. See a bit of a pause. I'm assuming this is a tactical timeout on the side of Sprout. They want to work things out before they go into the next spy round.
Yes, a tactical pause of sorts.
See what they come up with, though. They're going to go. Do you think we're going to see double ops T side? Not really too common, but we did see it on the CT side, at least, out of Sprout.
We ain't going to be seeing it this round.
No, that's for sure. It's just going to be. I guess that's what they're talking about, whether or not they wanted to invest.
Yeah. I mean, you have a few rounds to play with right here, but you don't want to see it slip away like that. That would be a real feels bad, man. An Omega lol moment, as they would say, where I grew up.
Where you grow? Oh, really? That's just a common tongue in the U.S.?
Yeah, man. It's something everybody says all the time where I'm from. It's Omega lol all the time.
Everyone's pog champing.
Yeah, no one really laughs anymore. It was just lols or Omega lols or pog champs. So
Occasional debated.
Occasional.
Well, we'll see if NoChance gets debated this round.
Yes, we will. It's going to be the side of Sprout working their way up catwalk with the bomb. And quite the 5 Deagle buy.
Yeah, it's a lot of utility
too. Yeah. So they've got something here, and that's going to be quite a bit. Not enough though. Stico 1, 2, 3. He went real Stico mode there. Let me tell you.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Ain't Stico'd in weeks. Mirabit by himself got the Deagle, and not a whole lot of room to run with it.
This is a bit of a tight spot. And again, no reason for NoChance to get aggressive here. It seems like csgo might want that ace. I feel like that's the only...
You might as well go for it. He doesn't know he's there, though. That grenade did significant damage, 53 HP to be exact on Mirabit. Oh! The dream of Stiko's ace has been
ripped apart.
Eliminated. Leo DiCaprio now on the set. And Mirabit just trying to work his way up catwalk. If you get this bomb plant, that would be a really good step for Sprout, but Makalele will stop that short of the elbow. And a 11-10 here. Sprout really kind of need to get this next round big time. They're going to be able to buy. They need to stay in the game. They need to stay where they have that upper hand, where they have the control.
Yeah, need to get production out of Searson. I think that's one of the reasons why they wanted to hold up. He would have been able to buy an op, no Kev, like basically just glass cannon last round. Now he has some utility to play with, got armor, doesn't have to worry about aim punch, and doesn't have to worry about doors or smoke.
Wow, that's really unlucky. Yeah, that's one of those things that you can't even get mad about. Right?
Yeah, just
like,
say, well, fair play.
Just got wrecked, so see you later.
Good things come to those who wait, at least for Sprout. So that extra save round there paying off so far.
Ooh, what a peek. Searson really taking it to Stiko on that one.
I feel like it was mid-air still.
Yeah, seemed a little broken, but we'll leave that to the pros. Crystal now playing a little bit closer here towards the mid doors. And this created a real inopportune chance here for NoChance, I guess you could say, in some roundabout English type of way. All three of their members over here towards this B site.
I do kind of like seeing that from teams, though. Just going for a gamble stack. Like,
yeah.
What do you have to lose? You hold on to your weapons if they don't go there.
Just kind of gamble it, right? A little risk it. Now, little did they know, dropping here mid-doors could prove to be very fatal. Crystal has this fatal funnel all lined up, finds one, looks for the second, can't do it. And that's got to be some kind of indication now. If they can perhaps get one more fight out of this B side in a 4 versus 2, they really are the ones that can lose it for themselves here.
Double ops as well. So if they actually do end up trying to split B, this could end disastrously. But I feel like the Molotov should be a tell, right? Like, you know you can split it up till, well, it's at worst case, there's one player over towards A. Easier side to take. Seems like they've come to the same conclusion as well. Does give opportunity for NoChance to hold on to both ops.
The big round here for Sprout. They needed this one. They're going to probably put that 12th up there. I don't see a world where, well, I guess if they wanted to, NoChance could go for this. They could drop some weapons next round, but at the end of the day, they're just not. They're going to go ahead and back off. They're going to save the AWPs, like you said. And Sprout can't afford to get too aggressive here. They can't really afford to go hunting.
Yeah, if they lose 2 players in this scenario, then no real chance of actually buying up properly. Not going to get the utility that you want. And considering how conservative they were to start off the half after starting to lose rounds, I don't see them being the kind of team to basically, just do a completely YOLO force buy.
You never full YOLO.
Yeah.
Because you only YOLO once. Yep, there you go.
Learn that from Lonely Island.
I think I learned that from Workaholics. You only YOLO once. Anyway, let's check out a replay here. Or, nope, I'm just kidding.
Fancy transition.
I do like that, though. It makes me feel really, really cool every time it happens. Speaking of feeling really cool, you can head over to csgo.net and use code COLOGNE. That's Cologne for short. You'll get 30% more of the balance and win some cool skins.
Definitely do so. For those who haven't caught on to it yet, this is the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. The winner gets the chance to go to Germany and be a part of the Cathedral of Counter-Strike.
That's where we want to be, my friend. Right now, it looks like Sprout just want to find their way into the A site to start. This is the opening matchup. This is the best of 1. The winner of this will have to go on and play a best of 3, and if they win that, they have won their group, in which they will get to go on into the semis.
On to the playoffs.
Yep.
Not going to be an easy task, though. A lot of solid teams in this tournament. Obviously, Liquid being the headliner for this. Stiko putting on a smoke. This is going to be a one-way, if I'm not mistaken. Saw Zaiwu line it up from a different angle for Vitality. It's pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah, they're going to do this very stealthily. They have backed off completely and sold this A site hit quite a bit here.
That is so well done by Spitty.
Yeah, very patient, very well played there. He's going to cause a little bit of havoc here towards this A site. Meanwhile, maybe the comm just came in from Sprout. They want to go ahead and head back, but that kill is not going to help them. It's not going to help them whatsoever. Now the site is not in their control. Now they don't have that forward information. With Makalele on the catwalk, he's probably about to find a fight here with the players coming up on the Xbox. It's going to be an A split. Not much time to do anything else. All the utility that you have now is being dumped. Faven with the first bit of contact. Makalele was not ready, and neither was Thomas. Leaves it Crystal and Zen, and they're backing out. They want nothing to do with this. Adios. Sayonara.
See you later.
See you later. Buenos noches.
Arrivederci. Going through all the languages.
Yeah, you know, I gave it a yeah, there you go. I gave it a run. I gave it a hell.
Yeah. NoChance just kind of falling for the trap of wanting to cover everything, just spreading themselves a little bit thin there. I think they're better off if you have Michael and Thomas just tandem up over towards the catwalk, try to maintain that. If they end up, you know, sending the majority of the Sprout members through long, that's fine. You can work with a retake, and whoa.
Wrecked.
All right, then.
I like how he zoomed out right before that. Crystal finds himself 2. Sprout just want to punish this a little bit. They want to take this weapon away from Crystal. 66 HP, just trying to save and sight. The round is already done for Sprout, 13 on the board. But can Crystal grab another frag?
Oh.
That doesn't help at all.
Not that way, yeah.
No, that's not really how that's going to work, I don't think. 13 to 10.
Pretty fair opportunity for him to actually be able to get 3 Sprout players. I don't think Searson's going to go in for, I guess, a revenge there, seeing he has an op in that kind of a scenario. So, yeah, lost opportunity for NoChance, and they're starting to lose a little bit of grip on this game as well. Sprout getting back into it, 2 rounds in a row now. And again, just really nicely executed strat there, sending Spitty up, as you said, as a bit of a rogue agent over towards that long area to find Stico.
Heavy B presence from Sprout in this round. It's only going to be that of Zen over here. He's got a P250. 16 and 17 KD thus far in the game. 77 ADR and been tasked with holding the B-bomb site by himself. Sprout don't need to push the smoke, and they won't. They're going to wait it out. And with Searson set up for shop, they want to clear out these close angles. No reason to run into an eco here. No real reason to run right into a pistol stack of some sorts. They have no idea, though, but 4 members of NoChance over there towards A.
Sends in for a world of hurt here.
Oh, that's the end of that.
Quickly dispatched him.
There was an attempt, but ultimately a failure. Zen falls, and so does the B-bomb site.
That's 14 rounds, pretty much guaranteed, and while Speedy's doing his best to clear out any sort of rotations, any hope of NoChance having to find an exit kill, maybe hold on to a weapon going into the next round. And the Germans looking primed.
Yes, they are. 14 is the number. Just 2 away from taking this first map. If you are just joining us, this is how it has all shaped up thus far. I can tell you about what to expect, perhaps even the next match.
Yeah, we're going to have a bit of a heavy hitter.
Yes, we are. Group A opening match, Liquid versus Spirit. Now, Liquid need no introduction, but the CIS lineup of Spirit, we know a little bit about them.
It's the likes of Softic, Coldy. It's one of the hottest talents in the CIS region, Sam Dayong.
Yep.
And obviously Chopper, well-known figure from the old Vegas teams and all that. And then iDisbalance, who, if I'm not mistaken, was a part of the, you know, the show match tournament that Henry and Chad did?
Which one?
At the start of the year. I can't remember what it was, but, well, one of them.
Oh, are you talking about caches?
No. iDisbalance was not a part of the caches, surprisingly.
Weird. I don't know why not.
Yeah. No, but he was. I think he was a part of that, like one of the community selected players.
Oh, okay.
So kind of got his career kick-started in that sense. I think he played for Simon as well back in the day before ending up in Spirit. And they've been doing pretty okay for themselves. Sam Dayong, always fun to watch, and he's going to have quite the task in that next best of one that's coming up.
Yes, again, that is the second opening best of one of Group A. We will eliminate one of these teams today. We will send one team into the playoffs, and the other team will have to remain in pursuit. Meanwhile, Sprout on the cusp of grabbing this first W of the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. 14 to 10. This is a big round for NoChance. They have bought up into this one. Sprout aggressing this AWP. Keto taking Makalele out, making him look foolish as well as Crystal. Really good stuff there from Kiddo.
Yeah, nearly, well, doesn't find Zen, but buys enough time for Speedy to come in for a trade. So that's 3 really quick kills on the side of Sprout. What do you really do if you're NoChance here? Just say you have NoChance and bail out?
I mean, I suppose that's one option. Not really recommended in the spirit of competition, but it is up there
Fair.
on the offense, I can tell you that.
Oh, Thomas gets legged as well. Oh, this has all gone wrong. That was a quick one.
It's almost like it never even happened.
I think that's what NoChance wants to think.
It was a disaster for NoChance, yeah.
Asking
15
the
to 10.
admins, can we get a redo?
Yeah, not live, NL.
Oh, map point for Sprout. I mean, they were favored by the odds. GG.Bet seemed to be on point with that. Looking to close this out. And obviously winning this one, they will go up against the winner of our next best of one. There we go. Just to add more to the misery of Michaelella gets tagged through the door.
Not catching a break, is he?
Yeah.
Starting the round with 30 HP and a scout on the back of also map point. Match point, I should say, as this is a best of one. NoChance, just going to have to take some risk here. This is where you have to start doing something strange. And strangely enough, as they've elected to play a head stack here on the catwalk, it's going to be long A that gets all of the action. They've cleared this car out about as best as you can do for Sprout.
Nice aggressive movement to upper, though. So information gained on the side of NoChance, but what can they actually do with this? They don't really have the weaponry to go toe-to-toe with Sprout as of right now. Gonna have to find the drop on some of these players to create some balance issues, really. Faven seems to be aware.
Too aware, my friend. Faven out middle, finds a second, has done quite a bit of work in this round for his team, and what could very well be the last steps into finding
Thomas.
the match for Sprout. Yeah, Thomas finds himself in a real awkward position here, entrenched in the A bomb site, camouflaged by smoke, able to stop the bomb planter thus far, but it does not matter. Keto and Searson are able to really put that one away. Quite the showing from Steek over on the side of NoChance.
Yeah.
And then if we start to talk about Sprout, you got to mention a player like Keto. He had a lot of impact. We could run the numbers, but really and truly, he was really taking the fight there in that second half to middle.
Yeah, you saw like so many opening frags from him, just really quick as well. Did it in a pistol round, did it in one of the first Byrons as you mentioned, where he got the better of Michaelella, followed it up with a kill on Crystal, setting the pace really for the side of Sprout. Just overall, really well played. Liked quite a few of the ideas they had. Still, probably like the standout round in that sense was the cool long fake they had with Spitty.
Yeah.
And the first buy round, just could definitely tell that the team has put in a lot of work into their Dust2.
I just keep coming back to this round where Crystal is running away from the fight.
Yeah,
Says, you know what?
That's a big one.
Mind games. I'm going to go ahead all the way back to catwalk. Just kidding. What we should be doing here soon is going to a break. What we will have after this is another best of one. It'll be Liquid versus Spirit. And this is the path to ESL ONE Colonge 2019.
Really is.
I think so. Not sure. I didn't get that last message, but
No, but I think we should be setting off to a break to get ready for Liquid versus Spirit. So we'll be back in a little bit, and then we'll have the probably tournament favorites duking it out versus Team Spirit. So don't miss it.